Hello friends, welcome back to BitSize Machine Learning. Today we're going to continue on our end-to-end ML in 15 steps. In our last video, we talked about how to do correlation analysis or pairwise analysis as part of our explanatory data analysis. And in this video, we're going to show how to do some feature engineering and why we need that for our analysis. So let's get to it. So as usual, let's import all of our libraries and modules that we need for the analysis. Let's import NumPy, pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn, all of them, and just run this. And let's take a look at where we're at in our current project. First of all, let's just run the tree folder again. And then we can see that our housing data is in the data folder. And then currently we are at 8th Jupyter Notebook, which is feature engineering. It's right here. So as usual, we're going to load our housing.csv into a variable called df. We're going to run that. And then we're going to do train and test split. In order to do that, we're going to create this function called create incumbents, because we're going to stratify based on the incomes, as we talked about in previous videos. If you haven't already, please go back and watch those and how to do this. So we're going to import this function, and we're going to use this function to do the stratified shuffle splitting. As usual, we're going to do that. And then this is going to create a train dataset and test dataset with 20% test and 80% train. Okay, after that, we're going to copy our train dataset into a variable called housing. And then after that, we're going to do a correlation analysis quickly, as we've done last episode. And then we only use the numeric variables for this because it's not going to calculate the non-numeric ones. And then we're going to show the correlations afterwards. And then as you can see, this is what we've seen in our last video. And then the list of variables that we have here are the 10 variables that we have. However, if you take a look at this, some of the variables are not very informative. For example, total rooms. So it just shows that in a district how many total rooms there are, but if the district is bigger, so there are more total rooms. So it's not very informative. So total bedrooms, same issue. Population, same issue, and households, same issue. So if your variables in your datasets are not very informative like this, usually what we can do is we can engineer or introduce more variables or refined variables so that those variables can be more predictive of our target variable, for example, the median house value. So now let's create more informative features using what we have. For example, what we can do is we can divide total rooms by households to get rooms per household to get average size of houses. To do this, we can do housing, and we can do rooms per household, and we can calculate by housing total rooms divided by housing households. So that's going to be the first variable that we're going to introduce, the rooms per household. The second variable that we could introduce is by dividing the total bedrooms by total rooms. So that's going to give us the ratio of bedrooms among all rooms. So it will give us the ratio. To do this housing, we can do bedrooms per room. And let's do housing and the total bedrooms divided by housing. This is going to be total rooms. So that's going to be our next variable, bedrooms per room. Okay, another one that we could introduce is we can divide population by households. It basically tells us on average how many people are per household or per home. To calculate this, we can do housing and population per household, and is equal to housing population, where we could divide this by housing. This is going to be divided by households. Okay, so those are the three variables that we're going to introduce, and we're going to run this. And then after that, let's just quickly check this is our original list, and we're going to check this one, just quickly copy and paste this. and let's see if those are introduced. So as you can see, we have population per household and bedrooms per room, and rooms per households are introduced into our data set. So that's great. So now that we have more features introduced into our data set, let's do the correlation analysis that we did earlier and then see how the correlations have been improved or changed. To do that, let's just copy that and then let's just run this code again. So it just became longer. As you can see, only 12 rows are shown here. To show more, you can do this. As you can see, the bedrooms per room are more negatively correlated with median house value. And then the rooms per household is positively correlated with median house value. So there is some improvement into our feature space. So let's just quickly see how to visualize this using a bar plot using the Seaborn package. To do that, let's use the SNS package and then the bar plot function. And then for the bar plot, we have to give the x values. The x values is going to be the data frames values that we're going to use it as. And then for the y values, it's going to be the index of this data frame. And then let's just quickly run this. And as you can see, it creates a good bar plot to visualize what we have so far. However, this is a bit not tidy. Let's just tidy it up a little bit and make it a little larger. So let's use the plt.figure function, and within it, let's use the fig size. Let's do 18 and 12 and an 8. And then after that, let's use the plt subtitle to give it a title. This is the correlation of median house value plot. So bar plot of correlations. So after that, let's use the let's use a tight layout. And then at the end, let's do plt.show. Let's just run this, and it's going to give us a better bar plot of the correlations. As you can see that we have the rooms per household value, the one that we've feature engineered, it is correlating better with our median house value. And then as well as the last one, bedrooms per room. So that is negatively correlated with our target value, which is the median house value. So in summary, in this video, we have seen how to do feature engineering. So the reason why we do feature engineering is because some of the variables in our dataset could be not very informative. So we are going to use some combinations of these variables to do some sort of calculations to create more features that could be more informative or predictive of our target variable, such as the median house value. So this is the end of today's BitSize machine learning. Hope you learned a lot about feature engineering. And in our next video, we're going to talk about how to do imputations of some missing values. So stay tuned. If you like this content, click the like button and leave some comments. Subscribe to this channel and don't miss out on similar videos.